It'd be the main way you get around the map, get to higher places, and just outsmart the enemy in general. Any pro player you see use the default loadout or just fist in general, you'll see them use fist a lot when going around the map, carrying momentum, or just fighting in general. One tip I have when using melee is to have an easy quick melee button to hit. My suggestions could be F, E, Q, or control in my opinion. And usually when you get around the map, you're slide jumping, but you are moving pretty slow depending on what weapon you have in your hand. But if you time it well enough, or right when you hit the ground, you punch the ground, you do get a slight speed boost. And you'll see most players who use fists travel the map across like that just to get around the map quicker. And it's pretty easy to get down, you're just gonna need to practice it. So you just wanna go into the shooting range and get a slide jump, and right when you hit the ground, just quick melee. And that's why I suggested having an easy button for quick melee, because the easier the button is for you to click, the easier it is for you to perform this tech. Alright, another tech you could do with the fist is something where you slide off the edge and you just go up into the air. So what you want to do is have your fist out, or you don't even need to have your fist out, slide into it, and right when you hit the edge of a ramp, you just want to quick melee and it'll give you a nice boost into the air. So this is what it'll look like. As you can see, you go pretty high in the air and you still have a double jump. So it's a nice tech to do, especially if you want to look down on somebody or just get to a higher spot in general. Alright, there's going to be 3 nade jumps I'm going to teach y'all. And the first one is the most common. And what you want to do is line up your crosshair on this third tile right here. Pull out your nade, and what I like doing is throwing the nade and walking forward at the same time. So throw the nade, walk forward. And it's a pretty good nade jump. You'll see it in most montages. The only risk I see is that somebody could just predict it and not go up the ramp and head glitch you. And also, since it's a pretty common spot for people to go on the ramp and just nade jump or head glitch in general, people will nade that off rip if they're trying to win, and you'll get hit with a nade, which is not good because half your HP will be gone. The second nade jump I'm going to teach y'all is going to be right here. What you want to do is cook the nade, go into the corner, slide backwards, and right when you're about to hit the floor, punch and move forward. This nade is pretty good because you are able to peek over the ledge when doing the nade jump, so you could get some free damage on the ramp and you still end up on the enemy side. But that's also a risk because now you can't quick melee back since you already used your punch boost, so you are stuck on the enemy side. Alright, my last nade jump that is high risk, high reward is you want to cook the nade, go to the same spot and just nade jump. And as you can see, you are going to end up right at the enemy ramp, which could be good or could be bad. The risk is if somebody knows you're going to come from this side, they could just get an easy beam since you're going in a straight line. But since you haven't used your quick melee, you could shift your momentum to a different direction. But it's high risk, high reward, because if they predict you coming from there, you're probably gonna die. But if they don't, you could get a free beam on them and you're gonna be right in their face, and you could just get quick damage and just back out of there real quick. Alright, this is like a little fun tip, but if you have jump pad, what you could do is instantly place it to the wall like this, jump on it and just punch boost, and as you can see, you're gonna fling yourself forward. So this is pretty cool if you hit it in game because of how fast you go, and you do have 2, so you could set it twice. Alright, my last tip is going to be knowing when to hit fire and when to aim down sight. So when you use the AR, if I spray all my bullets into the wall, as you can see, the spread is tight, but it's not 100% accurate. So I say at the 50-meter mark, you could get away with hip firing because you will hit a decent amount of headshots, but anything further than that, you should really be ADSing. So this kind of takes practice. You can't really do much about it, but just kind of see the enemy, and if they look far away, you should try to ADS, but if they're close up like this, you should just hip fire. because you will end up landing more headshots, and it's just easier to hit fire than to aim down sight at this close of a range. But when it comes to the pistol does have a tighter spread, so you could get away with hip firing at a little bit longer ranges, since the